Alright, let's do the weekend mobility drills. Mandatory for me. Before breakfast, before my heaven in a bowl. Oh, I started to sell it already. This is what I just do to stay somewhat limber on the weekend. Oh, it's my rest day. Each stretch can be held 15 seconds to forever. But right now I just want to eat and I gotta just do my work first. In order to be able to train the way I want, I have to take care of my body the way I want to have my body. There's no way around hard work, guys. The maintenance things is what people forget. It's what takes the most time, and that stops people from being able to train at the level that we have to, because the back end, the foundation isn't strong enough to hold it up, and the maintenance is neglected. It's just like relationships, right? Like after time, people neglect, take things for granted. Same for your body. How do you think your body feels? Okay, so I'm gonna do I vary my stretches all the time. I have my favorites. I become stretched in that position, but not any further. So it's the same principle as with other training, that if you want to improve, you have to change it and upregulate constantly. Cannot go into idle mode, just, oh, I always done this, so I'm always gonna do it. I know it sounds weird because bodybuilding is all about repetition, but it's repetition with thinking, how can I repeat it tougher and harder than before? And then try to do it as many ways as possible, because you need as many tools possible to throw into the fire in order to elicit a response. That's not me making up. And then you gotta get over this genetic thing that you talk about, because genetic is not what stops you. It's your lack of wanting to do it more than you want to kind of not do it. The constant battle in humanity, right? Even in bodybuilding, you thought you were gonna come into me and it was simple. Simplest is the most complicated, complex, most complicated concept for human brains. That's true. It takes very much work to trust that. Hello, little cat. So I'm going through my body. Yes. But I have a big bench in the way. This is one of my favorite though, because it feels so good here. So I'll put the hip back. I'm gonna do tricep. To the side, get the teres major on the side. I'm also going to take the opportunity to show the movements of the shoulder, kind of the mobility drills, the shoulder moves that you need to have as a foundation to keep on training. So remember, I'm one of those people who know that I'm going to break apart, so I have to do all I can to take care of these pieces. that hold me together. So that's why I've always been one of those trainers that people like, why do you do so many weird things? Like, no, I don't do weird things. I do things I know I need, and I put it in the list for you too to do it. But of course, you're just like the rest of the world, and including myself. Forget about it. Like trust me, I know I'm a sucker the same way for what I don't think is my top priority. Like Spanish, where did that go? My ambition. I was so inspired. I was gonna pick it up again. All my 6 languages I was studying for years and got really good degrees. Well, lost them. Language memory, I have to do the same work to get them up. I have to do regular, consistent work in order to be able to maintain a fluent to get results. And I don't do it. So, of course, I'm not going to be able to keep the conversation that I had wanted to do. Alright, now I'm gonna do my bridge. I'm just gonna have to reorganize a little bit. I'm gonna keep it in, so I do it for shoulders. Alright. You won't get a good shot of this, sorry. I'm sure some people might be, oh, you never know. I realized that I can shoot a lot in the gym here and up on the rooftop with a mask on. So I have more space, because it's like this, the angle on the photo, it's not me being an idiot that I don't understand to film. But it's that I don't have enough space. I need a longer lens or far further away, and just not gonna happen. This is definitely a mainstay, because if you don't maintain this, well, I would say that I wouldn't be able to do it, because it takes a lot of mobility. Cool. Sideway, and then turn to the side. I know you can't see it, but I have the knee bent. I can show you the other one now. Okay, so leg behind, like that. You know, I'm a stickler for groin mobility, because I need it so much for because I like strong adductors and I love to work them hard. And I love it as to the grass squats and sumo. And I have to, for my injuries, I have to override it, so I have to find crazy angles. That's why I had no choice than to improve incredible range of motion for me. So that's what I did, and that's why you see my squats, and like when I do them, they're extreme range of motion, because that way I don't have to have as much weight on. That saves me. Plus, I can override that, the sensible, the kind of the touchy angles for my tendons, so I can try to not re-injure. All right. So I do both bent and straight adductors, because there are muscles that run over the knee joint and some that don't. That's why I did both. Not overachiever, just very hard worker, because I know that there's no escape from that. The harder I work, the easier life isn't. Alright, so pigeon. Remember, you don't want to bounce down into a stretch. You want to take your time, because if you don't, you are setting off the anti-stretch effect in your body, in the muscles, I mean, and the tendons, that save you from tearing parts. Supposed to do that. And remember, this is just kind of maintain. I don't want to be a worm all day, so I'm gonna keep my body a little bit limber before I then go into couch mode. My weekend is definitely my where I do that. Okay, now we have to do my final one, my special. I know it looks like that this would be the scary one for me, but it's the opposite. So when I do my hamstring, you have to be in a very erect positions on purpose, not leaning back, because that is how I can stretch out. I can take out the mobility more on the knee joint and kind of escape the hip, because I had my injuries on my ischial tuberosity where the hamstrings originate. So that's why I cannot do it. I thought about that. You know, Fight Out the Warriors, in my challenge the other day, I wanted to see everyone's hamstring mobility, because I don't want you to get hamstring tears, and it's very common, and if you're not super flexible taking care of it, it's gonna happen. And I see a lot of deadlifts coming and a lot of hamstring tears and pulls. So that's why I wanted to make sure, and I realized that you could definitely, you mask that it looks like you are flexible in your hamstrings, because you have a little bit more glute size or butt size. So it means that when you stretch on the back, you can kind of look like you are much more mobile than you are. And that's the same for butterfly when you're overweight, that it might be that you have a little cushion and it looks better than it actually is. And I'm not saying that as condescending, I'm just saying that there's ways to kind of think that things are better or work. All right. Since we have this one, I'm in the position. Let me show you my favorite banded splits too. Alright, so when you get into this position, am I in the frame? I don't know, but you get the point. This is my favorite. And this is great to do towards the wall, but I love it with bands because you can do some PNF, and plus it's more gentle on the knees than having a hard surface to the wall. Alright, so calves. You're gonna see me wait. So now I don't feel that stiff upper lip. I know I'm hiding over here, guys, but right now, what a show, huh? Someone is showing something with the body, and then you see my body over here, and then you look at like, I don't even see it. Like, why do you have to see a body to see if I can do the form? That's like sometimes my clients don't want to show me because you're scared. I don't know. Sometimes it's like you make me into this devil that, well, who knows, maybe I am. Alright, so on the shoulders, the Svenska, and then America. I will do both. Alright, since I had PRF the other day for my injury repair, I'm gonna do this very no weights at all, because you don't need a weight to see what I'm doing here. Just gonna get my hair stacked up again. What the heck? Doesn't matter. The butterfly. This one is my mainstay, shoulder mobility and strengthening of the posterior. So you lay on the back. Hands have to be overhead. Turn straight all the way to hips. Back, all the way here. And if you don't have the mobility, you will see that the arms are dropping. That's a sign that you need to stretch the pecs, lats, teres major. So anything that goes this way is what you want to do. Another mistake is that you're bending the arms something, so keep them straight. And in the bottom here, I like to turn my hands, but you don't have to. So my thumbs are down. Thumbs are up and thumbs are down. That's one. Fjärilen. Det viktigaste är att man har mobiliteten, att man inte tar mer vikter och tror att det ska vara en massövning. Jag använder upp till 5 pounds, 2,5 kilo. Men om armarna inte ens kan komma upp här, så är det för att du måste stretcha lats, bröstmusklerna och teres major vanligtvis. Och sen också det att du inte bygger upp styrkan och inte tar för mycket, att armarna kommer ner så här. Så om armarna åker ner så är det för tungt. And then the second one I love to do is the external rotation laying on a prone position. This one. So you have dumbbells, and it's very important to look at the elbows, that they're not going backwards, they're staying in the same plane. Rotate that outwards. And I love doing this with alternating. So here you don't see it, but alternating, one goes up and one goes down. Oh, I get pumped already. So I actually love to do 100 reps like this. Tiffany Boucher, you come to mind now, rear delts, that this one, alternating, peak hold. Oh, when you do this, 100 reps, you can definitely feel it. You see it on the muscle there too. Det här utåtrotation, det är väldigt viktigt att ha armbågen på samma led som på axeln så att inte den åker bakåt och inte åker neråt. Och sen kan man då alternera, så en går upp och en stannar nere, en går upp och en stannar nere eller tvärtom. Och jag älskar att göra 100 repare på brownie batters där man bara squeezar, det ger verkligen pump här. Och där ser man ju musklerna. Alright, and then we have the sideways. You have a weight here or a band. A band is better for this because you get the top peak contraction without having the gravity thing, that the weight has no, when it just stays there. So think about anatomy and an anatomical position, the start position, which is like I'm standing up. So if I'm standing up, it would be the same position. And you want to make sure that the elbow is not flaring far away from the body. You want to make sure you're not leaning backwards, pretty much more a little to lean forward. Den här utrotationen är enkel att göra dåligt. Jag kan inte ha några ord då. För att axeln för armbågen åker utåt eller att man åker med vikten. Så tänk på att du har anatomiska grundpositionen. Bröstet upp och sen så håll armbågen nära kroppen. Och titta på min arm, den kommer ner från belly button, den. Och sen kommer inte armen hitåt, och jag håller vinkeln. Det ser 90 graders vinkel, så det är bra. And then we have the Cuban press. I'm gonna show you this one in the future, but it's I'm just gonna pretend now the form is like this. Up, down. So it's banded press. So it's gonna be forward, like that. It's gonna be in the challenges. But anyway, these moves are standing shoulder protectors for me, and you better get used to them because there's no way around them. But the only thing that I wanted to know is that there are many versions of them, and you're gonna learn them all from me, because variations makes it fun, makes it also productive, because your body will have an innate resistance to any further change. It does that on purpose. It becomes harder the longer you do it with the same treatment. That's why you have to kind of throw your body under the bus all the time. Say, ha! You didn't see that coming. All right, bye-bye guys.